Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. Today I'm going to be going over all of the new important features that you are going to see with Throne of Thunder. We covered sort of the intro quests, the new islands, the just brief covering of like big core things, and now I want to dive into the nitty gritty. I want to talk about reputations, I want to talk about the Tiller's farm, I want to show you all the things that we're speculating on and just simply do not know about, as well as reputation rewards and things, so you are prepared for everything you're going to need for Phase 3 launching. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. So the first thing that we are going to talk about is going to be your Sunreaver's offensive if you're Horde, or Violet Rise, Kirin Tor offensive with the Alliance, and the Quartermaster in rewards that you can get. So for the Horde, it's at least right here at the portal, right when you walk in, and these are the rewards that you can get for your reputation. So you can buy Blood Spirits for 400 Valor, but I would strongly recommend not doing that. That's probably a terrible waste of your Valor. And then they have 476 catch-up gear for Honor that you can just buy with gold. So if you have a new fresh 90, you can just come here and get 476 gear. It is belts for Honored, pretty much, is what you're able to get. Then we have the Valor stuff, which at Revered you can get 496 piece. So if you're already heroic rating, there really isn't much here. There's also Exalted Rings that are also 496 that you can get here as well. And as you notice, these do not have the ability to be upgraded either. So they are just straight up 496. This is meant to be sort of a catch-up gear and things you can get. Now, something very important to make sure you get is your Sunreaver Beacon. You get this from doing a quest, but it is essentially a hearth that teleports you to the Isle of Thunder every 10 minutes. It'll go into your collection log and serve as a toy. So you could definitely you're definitely going to want to drag this over here. The Alliance one is called like Kirin Tor Beacon or something like that, but you essentially just make sure you have that, drag it onto your bar, and it's a teleport to this island. So very, very useful and important to know. Now, something, if you do want to get this exalted because you want the mount, or like this new mount here, you can actually stockpile these, and these are bind on account. And so you earn these tattered historical parchments from doing the Treasure of Laishi event that I talked about in the other video briefly, and you get these insignias. So these insignias are bind on account, so you can funnel yourself these insignias from other characters doing your treasure key every day, from doing all the dailies and opening the Kirin Tor thing. And then eventually, once you're revered, you can buy this. Whether or not you save them or not, I don't have the math for it. I really don't think it matters whether you save your combinations or use them, because you get to revered faster by using them, and then revered gives you a boost. It's personal choice. I don't have the time or the math to calculate that out for you guys to give you a definitive answer. I genuinely don't think it matters. But anyway, I'm going to head to the raid rep and show you those rewards. So I will see you then. Voop. Alrighty, guys. So the next one is going to be the Shado Pan Assault. Now, this is the raid one and the raid reputation that you get. Essentially, you get reputation by this very, very slowly because the rewards are absolutely insanely good for any character. You can get necks starting at neutral, so you can just straight up get a 522 neck, which will be better than anything heroic, and it can be upgraded times 2, so that is just normal Throne of Thunder loot essentially is what you're buying here, and as you can see, it is better than my heroic twice upgraded neck right here. So the breakdown is you will get 30 rep per trash up until neutral. So you can essentially, before you do anything, go into the raid, farm trash, get it to neutral, and then you can do some quests. So there's 2 intro quests to them that give rep. You can get the 3 stones. You can set the trap, which I did that and failed to kill them. And then you will do the treasures of Laishi's Palace, which you get from your weekly key, as I said. So that is a once a week thing. The treasures of the palace can have 300, can have reputation combinations for 100 rep, but it is towards the end of it, and you have to get pretty deep in those to get those as well. And I'm not sure if those are a catch-up or if they'll be in at launch, but they do exist in the game. But that is all the ways to get reps. So if you're kind of being sweaty with it, you can get friendly once the raid's open, depending how quickly we break down all the walls and do all that stuff. But just something to be considered. I'd wait the first week, see if you can get into a raid and see if you can kill the stuff. Then we have necks at friendly, as well as wrists at friendly, which is is really nice. They do have this trinket, which is a hit trinket and a chance to pop off trinket. So if you don't have good trinkets going into this, you have a lot of choices with that. And that is all at friendly rings, trinkets, and wrists. Then the next one is going to be at honored. You're able you also get capes, at friendly. So friendly is huge and very worth pursuing because you get legs as well here at friendly and hands. So like nearly everything is at friendly right now, and it is kind of crazy for the reputations. Chess pieces are at friendly. Nearly everything is at friendly, and then there also is some catch-up gear for shoulders once you are exalted, but pretty much everything is friendly to get these pieces of gear. I don't know if that is by design or not, and then you'll be able to get shoulders once you're exalted with them for 700 gold, but if you're heroic rating, these shoulders will probably be not too good. But you get all types of valor gear. All of it is essentially here on these guys, as well as you can get your tier gear here. They have all these celestial, normal, and heroic tier for all of your stuff, and as you can see, heroic tier is 535 eye level, which is insane. But yeah, so right now here on the PTR, at least, it shows everything at friendly for all these slots that you're able to get, which is your neck is neutral, but your cape, chest, hands, legs, rings and trinket, wrists, and waist. So nearly every slot is going to be at friendly rep, so you can just sort of pick and choose, see what you're doing. But getting friendly as fast as you possibly can is definitely worth doing, and you can have it before you even step in and kill a boss if you farm trash properly, depending how they release it. But that is the Shado Pan offensive, and the next one is I'm gonna head to the Tiller's farm and talk about that. So I will see you then. Voop. So before we go to the Tillers, another important thing to note is the heroic scenario quest thing is here. Traditionally, this was added later in Mists of Pandaria towards Phase 4, Phase 5 with the legendary quest line and going into Siege of Orgrimmar. So it being here in Phase 3, this might be a sign that they could be adding it, or it's just something residual left over. We don't know, but heroic scenarios could make a debut here. And then I also want to show you the platinum vendor for the challenge modes down here. So I wanted to show you the platinum vendor, but it appears that the rewards have not been added. I'd imagine it's the challenge mode guy here that sells the gear, but I have spent like 10 minutes checking every single vendor in the area, and I have not been able to find one, so I'd imagine it will be here. But essentially, if you do platinum challenge modes, which are just faster than gold modes, and they reward you with a platinum token if you get them done, and you can buy essentially recolored versions of the challenge mode sets, which I do gotta say, some of them look really, really awesome. So if that's something you're interested in, want, you can absolutely go and do that. But the next thing I want to talk about is the Tiller's farm, and what they've done here is quite awesome. So I'll see you then. Voop. Alrighty guys, so we have made it to our Tiller's farm, and as you can see, I have 16 plots, and I am exalted with the Tillers right here. And what is really cool is that they have added the rewards right here, and you can do work orders for any of the old reps, and even the Sun Reaver's Onslaught rep if you want a cheap, easy way. Essentially, you just plant seeds, and then you get reputation with the faction once the day's over. So it's a cool way to literally farm rep on your alts. But for the new quest that is supposed to be here, it says report to Farmer YOON for taking over the farm, and Farmer YOON is just here. He just has the normal daily that he has, and then he'll tell me how to do any of the things with the farm. But he does not have the take over the farm quest here on the PTR yet. It was announced that it should be there, and I think if it automates your farm to where he'll just grow whatever you tell him to, and you don't have to farm anymore, that'll be such a blessing. But I've looked around here for all of the quests, and it's supposed to be a feature. It's one line in the patch notes that says he's taking over the farm, but that's about it. So Like I said, I've looked throughout here, same with the Platinum Coins. They just simply might not be implemented yet, but I can't wait for them to add this to the game and show you guys what it is, honestly. But that's pretty much it for all the new features that are coming. Obviously, if you didn't catch the other two videos, Isle of Giants is available with this world boss right here, as well as Isle of Thunder, Throne of Thunder raid is also available. So if you didn't catch the previous two videos, I talk in depthly about everything going on there, and Nylak, the world boss, will be open here as well. But that's pretty much it, guys, for everything new, exciting, rep-wise, all the stuff you're going to want to know. So until next time, I'll see you later. And if you have any questions, definitely drop them down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.